It is 8 o'clock on the East Coast. It is 5 o'clock on the West Coast. It is the 25th of September in the year of our Lord 2025, season 16, episode 14, 735 times. You have been welcome to the Clubhouse podcast, your one-stop shop for all things sports, entertainment, pop culture, pro wrestling. We're back in studio 2 weeks in a row. Feels kind of weird, but it's okay. Welcome. My name is Rob. I am the executive producer of the Clubhouse podcast, and I finally got to wear this shirt before the season ends. Because if you know me, my level of OCD says when the season's over, then I can't wear the gear anymore, which means for my Brave stuff, I'm not wearing it again until the spring. But I did the show right this time because I did the solo shot before we went to the four shot. That's right. I said four shot. Chabooyah. For the second week in a row, we have a guest. But we're going to go around the horn before we get to him. Below you on my screen is the official fact checker of Sooner Gator Productions, and a man that I had to make sure was on this show tonight. You may know him as Igbunu, but his mama's been naming him Don Ford. I'm going to call him Don Ford. Hey, man.
Somebody special here, and I'm pumped because he's been in a film that I love. So
next to him on the screen is my co-host, and a man that the background looks a little different than it is last week, or am I just now noticing that? He is Alex.
Nope, same background. Well, of course, and I think he might have also wrote and or directed that movie, Don.
He is our special guest and a repeat guest. As we talked on the phone yesterday, I realized he's been on the show before in a much different setting. He is writer, director, singer, caterer. He is all of the things. He is Josh David Jordan. Welcome to the show, sir.
Howdy, you guys. I'm glad to be back. Man, it's been quite a bit. I'm brush off some of the cobwebs and see if I can do this live podcast thing correctly.
And also a podcaster.
Yes, yes.
Start, my friend. And we'll talk about all of that as the show goes on. We're so happy to have him. For those of you that don't know, he was on our show, what was it, 2019?
Yeah.
Somewhere in there? At the Dallas International Film Festival for a film called This World Won't Break, which was one of Don's favorite films that year. He got to see it. I missed the screening, but I know it's currently available on Tubi. So go check that out. We're going to talk about all of that as the show goes on. He's also worked with the Polyphonic Spree.
We got famous people here. He's on IMDb.
That's right. Hey, you know? But a friend of the show, I got a great friend of the show that I've known for years, even before the show, who's a huge Polyphonic Spree fan, flies to America and comes here to see him.
Is it Nick?
Nick? Yeah, you know Nick.
I know Nick.
Dude, Nick Martley. Yes, I've known Nick, sir, for 20 years now.
I flew to London, and Nick went to a screening of This World Won't Break in London, and we had the best ales and fish and chips, and he was our tour guide. Nick's fantastic. One
of the nicest cats on the planet. I'm going to DM him after this and tell him he needs to watch tonight's show. But let us dive right in as we talk college football week 4. Holy cow! College football in general this week did not disappoint unless you're a gambler. Because, my God, let's get into it. Texas Tech all over.
Sir, I think you might want to clarify gamblers who don't have the right side. Thank you very much.
I didn't say you. I said you were the gambler. You are not a
okay,
gambler.
Fair enough.
You are who Kenny Rogers wrote about before you were even born.
Just the degenerate that fills the void.
Tennessee all over UAB, Oregon over Oregon State. That Oregon's game this week is what I'm going to be keeping.
Yes.
Notre Dame beats up on Purdue. Ole Miss 45-10 over Tulane. Oklahoma loses their quarterback for the next 4 weeks, which does mean OU Texas weekend, because this weekend is the opening weekend for the State Fair. Go back a couple of weeks, watch our State Fair Foods episode. 24-17 over Auburn. Booger McFarland was on PTI today, and he said their quarterback for him is on Heisman watch. And I wouldn't surprise it because this kid's lighting up the world. He's averaging like 4 touchdowns a week.
Yeah, but we know it's all about the voting. There has to be that kind of power behind it to drive the sports voters, because most of them are 85 and refuse to use a computer anyways.
Yeah, but Oklahoma,
if it wasn't for that, Stanford wouldn't have had such an ego, and Toby Gerhart would be holding a trophy. Let's be honest.
Michigan edges out Nebraska by a field goal. Florida State 66-10 over Kent State. Them in Miami, I hate to say this as a Gator fan. I hate to say this, but I really want to watch that game.
I'm shocked you didn't say it was Florida State over the Fighting Nemeths.
Well, let's see. Where was I? Georgia Tech beats up on Temple. Mizzou by 9 over South Carolina. I live in a world where Vandy put 70 on somebody.
Vandy's good.
This is a school that back in the day had the chant of you may have won the game someday, but you're going to work for us someday. Like, that's who Vandy is.
Yeah.
And they're ranked. They're 18th in the country. I don't get it.
Their quarterback is my favorite right now. That dude just comes in and balls.
And we are going to apologize to the Empire because last week we said Illinois, Indiana was going to be the game to watch this week. Incorrect. Because Indiana showed Illinois the door 63-10. But here's my thing. Let's not crown Indiana just yet, because if you remember at this point in the season last year, Indiana was on fire and they pulled the Chargers by the end.
I am taking issue with that. Indiana was still playing good ball. Their schedule got tougher and they still held their own until they got to the bowls, and then it just fell apart. Yeah.
So let's not put them in the playoffs just yet. Now, granted, there's 117 teams in the playoffs now, but
Fair.
Let's just tap it. Florida, my Gators. My Gators and my Bulls not helping. Can we just start the rebuild now, guys?
You'd have to fire Napier, but he's the only one that seems to have job security.
But the second week in a row, one of my team plays Miami, and I told y'all going in, I have no expectations. And Miami, I'm still not fully sold. But I think the Florida State game is going to tell us a lot.
Sir, I feel like if the team doesn't have Florida in the name, you're like, let's hold off. Let's tap the brake. Because they could be winning 80-0 against Bama. As long as it's not the Gators, you'd be like, let's hold off a minute.
No, Miami's one of those teams that I'm never sold on. Unless you're in the 90s, and then it's a whole different ballgame. I'm not saying
then you measure their wins by the kilos. So
no, exactly. We all know. We've all seen the 30 for 30. Some of us lived it.
For you okay, Miami now is ranked number 2 behind Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with Ohio State being number 1 and Miami being number 2 right now? Or should Penn State or LSU be up there?
I could actually make an argument for somebody else at number 2, but I have zero issue with it. Miami has a lot of great talent. And Ohio State, I'm not going to steal the line from Rob. Ohio State's just good. That's just flat out. They're good.
And that comes from a man who despises the state of Ohio.
Oh, I know that.
Sure. Only Cincinnati. Only Cincinnati gets my wrath.
Historically.
Yes.
On this show. Texas beat Sam Houston by 55, and they scored 55.
Yeah, there you go.
And USC all over Sparty by 2 touchdowns.
That was a better game than it actually finished out as, but that's also 2 historic conference powerhouses. That's a Rose Bowl repeat.
Yeah, it's going to be another big weekend in college football as we're starting to get into the thick of the season. We're getting out of cupcake time.
Oh, yeah.
And we're getting into the nitty-gritty. I just want Florida to win in one game. Just one game from here on out. I'm good.
From here on out. Okay.
South Florida's going to do what they do. Stay competitive in the conference. Shouldn't be that tough in the American Athletic Conference, but we'll see. NFL fantasy updates. I am trying to get back to 500. I am 1-2 in both leagues. I won my Clubhouse podcast show game by less than a point this week, and I will take it. I got my doors blown off by Ziggy, but when your quarterbacks can score 740 points in a league, but we've already talked about that. This week, I have Paul.
Oh, okay.
In the Sunset Lounge League.
I am the sacrificial lamb to the real life book boyfriend club.
They're doing all right.
They're killing it.
And by the way, Bree, I love you.
But
you work for my goddaughter, so I got to show you love.
But
did you see the title of Ziggy's podcast this week?
Nope.
I don't listen to men's podcasts.
That sounds right.
So I had to queue up Beer 30 Sports O'Clock. I had to know where the reference came from.
Uh-huh.
I see you. That's all I'm saying. Pick'em updates. I'm hanging in there. I'm like third, I think, right now. I had a decent week. I had 10 wins. Again.
Oh, good.
So I'm hanging in there. Survivor pool updates, Alex. Anything new there? Because
we lost another couple of people. We're getting down to almost single digits, but people are hanging on. And I can tell you, the quest for multi-millions is still alive.
Josh, just for reference, where do your sports loyalties lie?
I mean, I'm going to pull the curtain back a little bit. I don't follow college football like I used to, but there was a moment in time in 1996 to 1997 that I may or may not have been Truman the Tiger for the Mizzou Tigers.
Nice.
I went to University of Missouri. I did a lot of, my dream was to play basketball. So I love college basketball. I grew up in the Duke and Michigan era, that was my thing. But I'm an NFL kind of guy. So, I mean, I still like to go to games, SMU, I'll go wherever, I'll travel. But I still go to Mizzou games. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I can't keep up with all the stuff. And I feel like now with all the bowls, everyone gets a trophy a little bit. And so it's a little bit, that's where I'm at.
But we got to make sure that we invite you to our bowl picks challenge that we do every year. We have a dedicated episode to all the bowls, and then we go through all. So yeah, we got to make sure we get you on the mailing list so that you're a part of all the things, because we're glad to have you back, man. We're excited.
Yes.
All right, Alex.
Yes.
How you feeling right now?
I'm feeling pretty solid. I'm having a profitable year.
Because the Jackson Dart era has begun in New Jersey.
Give me the Chargers.
Alex is
the Chargers.
Giants fan. Alex roots for the Giants. Don roots for the Steelers, who I just learned today were originally the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yep.
Oh,
I learned that in my crossword puzzle stuff that I do.
Interesting.
So how about that?
Fact: Art Rooney Sr., the Chief, won the Steelers in a poker game in the 1930s. And in that time, one year they had 3 different coaches in 1 year. They fired the coaches left and right. But won them in a poker game, like a $30 bet or something like that.
Hey, yeah, $30 was a lot of money.
My favorite part is it starts there, and it was the first team that was offered the moniker America's Team, and they said no. Only a pretentious organization would opt to call themselves America's Team.
And paid for it.
So true.
So wait. But then they asked the Giants, who said, no, the Rooneys are right about this. Nobody should be America's Team. And then came the Cocaine Cowboys.
Last Thursday night, there's something wrong with my monitor in the studio, so I can't watch Thursday Night Football right now.
You're not missing anything yet.
How do they know, Alex? How does Vegas know?
Because it's not based on anything but data.
You take Buffalo minus 11.5, and they win by 10 in a game.
Remember what I said? If I had to put money on it, I'd hold my nose and bet on Miami. That's just too many points for a division game.
Miami put 21 on the board.
Eventually.
But it's still my beloved Dolphins, who, here's a paper bag, win your way out of it if you can. It's going to be a long season as a Dolphin. My Buccaneers are kind of redeeming me a little bit, but I'm still not.
They're playing well.
I'm not holding a ton of hope there. Jacksonville over Houston. I am,
because Houston can't block anybody.
Bad. CJ Stroud gets sacked like 74 times in that game.
My grandmother has been dead for a year. She could still sack CJ Stroud right now.
And that hurts my feelings because I like that kid.
Yeah.
A lot. Carolina 30-0. Falcons gonna Falcon, apparently, and we're doing it in week 3.
What did I say? Carolina's first home game. Bank on it every year.
And you know what? This is karma for them replacing the kicker, because he went right, and then he went wide left. And I laughed. Yeah.
Well, but then your other part about this was, did you see who your celebrity for the roar was for Carolina in this home opener?
I did not.
That would be Ron the Truth Killings, sir.
Hey now. Did he say what's up to everybody?
He rapped the entire way onto the field. It was perfect.
You know how much that bit beats me into the ground, and I love Ron Killington.
I do. I know.
I ask for his intro every time he shows up. Vegas loses to Washington. I think we all had that because
I did not. I will own up with it. Daniel's out. I had Vegas.
The Jets give Tampa Bay all they can handle.
Yep.
But we still win that game. Philadelphia over LA in a very sloppy game.
Oh, don't. Okay. Do you want the brutality that this beat was? I allegedly had the Rams plus 3.5. They're down by 1, lining up for a game-winning field goal. Fat Jordan Davis decides he wants to run the furthest he's ever ran in his life when all he has to do is go down and they still win the game. But no, we got to get the touchdown that only means something to me.
and the fact that we're going to watch the tush push. We're going to be stricter on it. And they still missed one.
They still missed 4, sir. They missed 4. But here's the funny part. You get to the Saints game. Every time they tried to run the tush push, penalty. Every time.
Let's hold off on that for a minute. Don, your Steelers covered. You were given 1. You won by 7. Aaron Rodgers. This bubble's going to burst.
I'm still waiting for something to happen. Just
put a pin in it. When we get to this week, I'll have something for you.
Aaron Rodgers is Yoda old, and he's acting like he's not. It's insane.
Ayahuasca's a many wondrous thing.
Minnesota covers and then some, as we all knew, because they win 48-10. My Super Bowl pick, by the way.
Yes, that's true.
And in another situation that this bubble's got to burst, Indianapolis is 3-0 for the first time, I believe, since like 2008. No, it was since the Peyton Manning era.
It was Andrew Luck's second or third year.
This is insanity.
But here's the other thing that you have to put a pin in. Look at who they played. They have executed, absolutely. But 2 of those 3 wins are against the Titans and the Dolphins.
Yeah. But
the other one they should have lost.
But here's the thing. Get that confidence under you.
That's fair.
I mean, sure, you're playing 2 of the worst teams in the league in your first game, which we covered.
As we've said, that's why Ohio State plays the Little Sisters of the Poor for a month.
But to me, it's more important in the NFL. Because everybody's going to play Sister Mary's College for the Blind in the first 3 weeks. To me, it matters more in the NFL because if you can get that confidence under you, that confidence can take you a long way. I just don't. As a Giants fan, this has to be nothing short of frustrating for you.
At this point, it's whatever it is. I mean, I'm just happy to have football. I can't.
In probably the biggest shock of the week, Ziggy was losing his mind to lose to Cleveland. When you're giving them 7.5 and you lose by a field goal, Joe Flacco's reaction was everything to me.
Joe Flacco's reaction is always perfect. He's been around 100 years. Nothing surprises him. But at that same point, you look at it, Green Bay goes in, they're up 10-0 instantly, and then injuries start, and they didn't have the ability to fill in because when your Myles Garrett is your pass rusher, you either have a stone wall or you have a dead quarterback. That's your choices.
I also did have the wall. Watching the Jets coach run down the sideline, put to Earth, Wind, and Fire September.
The number of edits of Aaron Glenn celebrating down the sidelines. I need this to replace the lizard thing. I really do.
Seattle all over New Orleans.
Oh yeah,
44-13. Alvin Kamara, he was a good pickup for me because all they can do is run the ball.
Well, have you seen that headline today?
I have not. What happened today?
Kamara has been apparently discussed in trades.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, he's at the tail end. He's been a great player for a long time, and the Saints aren't going anywhere.
Chargers over Denver in a game I did not have. I thought Denver
I had this prepared.
They were giving 2.5. They win by 3.
Yep.
I'd love you if it won there. San Francisco and Carolina get locked up in a tight one because San Francisco's in a free fall, but they're not in the worst free fall in sports. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. Chicago gives Dallas the business.
It's such a bad team, but that defense.
But wow, 31-14.
Oh,
this was brutal.
This was a combination of not having any defensive quality and looking ahead to this week because of what it is. That's
Sunday
all
night
it can really be.
Kansas City over New York, 22-9. We'll just keep moving. And Detroit keeps their winning ways up and going. 38.
They are a different team at home.
So we're going to see how that works out. Let's get into week 4 tonight. Currently about to kick off. Actually, it has. 0-0 Seattle at Arizona. Seattle giving 1.5. I would take Arizona plus 1.5. I don't think Seattle's gotten the wheels on yet. And Arizona is exceeding my expectations.
I'll jump in on this. I actually have Seattle on the other side because what I've mentioned before, they've been doing the execution part. And let's say Arizona has looked good, but immediately after that, they almost found a way to lose to the Panthers at home. This is not a team that's playing consistent. They have a pop ability, but Seattle is playing defense. Mike McDonald is starting to bring back that Baltimore idea.
And Kyler's using the wheels.
He has to. He looks like a toddler that stole something every time he scrambles.
Don, what you got?
Yeah, on my picks, I picked Seattle on this one. Given on the pick that we had was 1.5, so I gave at the time.
Yep, 1.5 right now. Josh, what are your thoughts there?
I'll go Seattle. I'll go Seattle on this one.
Minus 1.5.
Yeah.
All right. Sunday morning, get up early, kids. 8:30 Eastern. I'm sorry, 9:30 Eastern. As we go to Berlin.
Dublin.
They got this right. Dublin, but they got this right 2 years ago when they were in Berlin in week 9. That just made me happy.
Mm-hmm.
But you are correct. We are in Dublin. Vikings, Steelers. Vikings giving 2.5. Give me Minnesota minus 2.5. This team looks good.
You want this as a lock?
To look good.
If you want this as a lock, the offense just clicks with Kevin O'Connell at the helm. But B-Flow has this defense destroying people. And the biggest thing they've been adjusting to is pressure and not letting teams develop anything. And guess what? Aaron Rodgers' worst games over the last 2 years have been against pressure because he can't move as much. See the infamous Achilles a few years ago. But if there's going to be somebody who knows how to dial up defense and get Aaron Rodgers off his spot and failing miserably, it's going to be Flores and his defense. I would take Minnesota all the way up to just short of a touchdown.
That's my coach, doggone it. Don, what you thinking?
It's my team. Even though it's my team. And I'm not worried. Something worries me about Rodgers. Something's going to go wrong.
Like everything?
Yeah. But here's the thing. They're in Minnesota made me mad on the eliminator. I lost because of them. So I'm out of that on week 2 because of them. Which makes me mad because I should have won that thing. So I'm doing Pittsburgh. That's my dark horse.
My favorite part of this was he picked a game that I picked the other team on.
Josh, we got Minnesota minus 2.5. What are you thinking?
Give me the third eye of Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, let's go.
Now, Alex, you said you're something about Pittsburgh. You were telling me or something like that just a few minutes ago.
I just mentioned it about Flores and the fact that Aaron Rodgers has only been able to succeed on quick passes.
Okay.
So
Tennessee goes.
He's not going to get to do that.
Somebody's going to leave this thing with at least not unbeaten.
Oh, I hate these games.
Giving them 7. Give me Tennessee plus 7 all day long, and this should be for the ability to wear the Oilers uniforms.
This should just be for the baby blue, basically.
Yeah. Give me Tennessee plus 7 because Houston is reeling right now, and it hurts.
Houston can't block anybody. They absolutely can't block anybody. This is one of those games. Tennessee's going to win by like 3, but Tennessee's going to cover.
Don, what you got?
This one, Tennessee just scared me. And I mean, it's a battle of the defeateds. I mean, unwinnables, if you could say. I'm with the opposite of undefeated, but the defeateds. I'm taking Houston on this, especially since it's at home.
Okay.
I know it's 6.5, but it's a lot of points for two teams that haven't neither won.
7 right now, Don.
7, well, 6.5 on the thing when
we're going by what the line says right now.
Well, I'm saying when I did my picks, it was 6.5 on the line.
Well, for right now, it's 7. That's
still, I'm keeping to my picks I had.
Philly goes to Raymond James Stadium.
Josh, did you want to pick on this one?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. Just give me Tennessee. I don't like Houston for a lot of reasons, but we'll keep going.
Okay.
That's a great answer.
If you live in this town, it's kind of innate. Philly goes to Raymond James Stadium. Philly's giving them 3.5. Give me Tampa Bay plus the 3.5. It's going to be close. I think Philly wins by a field goal, but give me that hook so that I would be right.
Yeah.
Alex.
You know what? I actually like Tampa to possibly win this game outright, even with Evans' injury. They're getting Chris Godwin back. They might have Tristan Wirfs back. And if they have Wirfs, who is all-world tackle back, they're going to win the game outright. Forget just covering the 3.5.
They've got that other kid whose name I'm not even going to try because I don't have it in front of me. That's that rookie that's lighting them up.
Oh. He's supposed to be on the right side.
On this one here, I know it's the battle of the undefeateds now, the exact opposite. I just think I think Philly's on that streak right now. I'm picking Philly, even if it's like 3.5 points or whatever at the time.
They're giving 3.5 right now.
Yeah, so I take Philly on this one.
All right, Josh.
I'll give me Tampa Bay on this one all the way. I think it's time for Philly to fall a little bit, and Tampa Bay, I've liked how they've looked. So let's go.
They are definitely surprising a lot of people this year. Chargers go to New York in MetLife Field to play the Giants. Clippers. Chargers are giving.
Oh, they're playing the Giants. Chargers. That's all. That's all we need. We're moving right along.
Yeah. Anybody going to go the other way on this one?
I'm taking Chargers.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Carolina goes to New England.
Honestly, you might have been able to talk me into it with Jackson Dart, but that defense, no.
Carolina goes to Gillette Stadium. New England's giving them 6.5.
Oh, wow.
If I were betting money, I would avoid this game, especially what happened to both of these teams last week. I would say give me Carolina plus 6.5 because I don't think – I'm sorry, it's minus 5.5. Give me Carolina plus 5.5 because I just don't think either team runs away with this.
I could not disagree more on this one. The Patriots have been executing. Last week was an anomaly because of all of the turnovers they had in close. You look at the statistics on that game they lost to Pittsburgh, you would bet every dollar you have that they won that game by 2 touchdowns. They're executing. They're getting better. Vrabel's plan is coming in on this young team. And Carolina just won their Super Bowl. This is a big letdown. Teams that were huge dogs that wound up shutting out the other team and then are an underdog the next week have only won like 6 games in the last 15 years. So, Don, give me New England.
Line started at 4.5. So something's made. Why did it go to the you said 6.5 earlier, but it's still 5.5.
5.5 right now.
Why did it move is the big question.
Because of the money that's being bet.
Yeah, I know. So I mean, what was the big thing of what really caused that change? I'm taking Carolina then on this one because of that change.
Josh?
Okay. I'm with Don. Don just convinced me. I was on the fence, but Don, you pushed me over.
I love being the island.
These next two have a combined minus 25.5. The first of the two at minus 10, Detroit giving 10 to Cleveland at Ford Field. It ain't enough.
Nope. Anyone else, it would give me hesitation.
Detroit could put the 44.5 over under on their own here.
That is fact.
Don.
Yeah.
Started at 8.5. That's how it shows that people are still the points
hammering the Detroit side.
When I did my pick, it was 8.5. It's Detroit without a doubt.
Josh?
Detroit. Yep, I'm right there.
Deep. Now at minus 15 and a
the
half.
Go
ahead, Alex.
Yeah, the only coach in the NFL you never have to worry about pouring it on is Motor City Dan Campbell. And if he's playing a bad team, give me MCDC all day.
At minus 15 and a half, New Orleans goes to Buffalo. It ain't enough. Give me Buffalo plus 15 and a half at home.
If it wasn't for the fact that the Saints are so bad, this would be an easy give me New Orleans because that's too many points. But Trubisky will probably have multiple touchdown passes in the second half. I can't see Spencer Rattler finding his way to the stadium, let alone scoring.
Poor kid.
It's Buffalo, but this is a stay away game for real money on me. If there's real money on the line, I'm going to put a minimal unit on New Orleans because it's so many points, but I'm just going to consider it sunk cost.
Don.
Well, Alex, you said earlier, if it's a division game, like you're saying, it's a different story. That many points. This is not a division game.
Nope.
And the thing is the line's been 15 and a half. When I did my picks at the beginning of the week, it was 15 and a half. It stayed 15 and a half. I think it's a steady thing with that. Even though it's a lot of points, I picked Buffalo on this.
Oh, this is 1,000% staying where it is because nobody wants to bet this line.
Josh?
Yeah, give me Buffalo. Yeah, I don't want to bet this thing.
I want to put the over-under at 10 minutes of total time covered in this game on the Red Zone channel.
Sir, I will take the over on that because Buffalo might have 15 minutes for themselves.
Well, I'm just saying they'll score so quickly you'll only be there for like 10 seconds.
Good way to put it.
Commanders go to Mercedes-Benz Stadium and they're giving Atlanta a point. Give me Washington +1. Atlanta is reeling like they always do. This ain't going to be pretty.
Well, we also had some big moves where Atlanta fired Ike Hilliard, Florida Gator great. We had to fire Ike Hilliard as the wide receivers coach, has pulled the OC out of the booth and says, no, you're on the sidelines where I can choke you if we get shut out again. And here's the crazy thing. Washington's dealing with a lot of injuries, even if Jaden Daniels comes back. Even though they lost to Carolina 30-0, I'm taking Atlanta.
Okay. Don.
Actually started at 2.5, if that says anything. So that's why I'm taking Washington on this because they even moved from when I took it at 2.5 when it came out. Now it's gone down. I still stay with it.
Josh?
Yep, still with Washington on this one.
Jacksonville goes to Candlestick Park.
This is insane.
San Francisco giving 3.5, which makes it what?
Push.
To pick them, basically. I can't believe I'm saying this. Give me Jacksonville +3.5 because San Francisco's just in a bad way right now, and I can't trust them.
But San Francisco is also getting healthier. There is talk that Brock Purdy will be back. That's enough to push this number up to 6 for me. Give me San Francisco in Levi Stadium.
Don.
This thing hasn't moved. When I did my pick, it was 3.5. It's staying 3.5. My dark horse. This Jack, I got to do.
You've already got one. You already have Pittsburgh as a dark horse.
Well, it's my darker horse. What's that movie as a kid about the dark horse?
You're not making this better, Don.
My Black Stallion. My Black Stallion.
Not getting better. Where is the shovel and how can we stop digging?
Or it's Black Beauty. There's 2, I think.
Yeah. The Black Stallion. I remember that movie.
Josh, what you got?
Let's go San Fran on this one. I feel good about it.
Indy goes to SoFi. LA giving them 3.5. I'm not sold on the Rams yet. Give me Indy +3.5. This train goes one more week.
Yeah, give me the Rams on this one all day. The biggest thing they've been able to do is pressure the quarterback, which Daniel Jones has not faced yet. I've seen Daniel Jones play football. He's been playing great this year, but he's, like I said earlier, he's played the Dolphins, the Titans, and Denver, who's still figuring it out. The Rams kind of got it figured out for at least 3 quarters last week. Give me the Rams.
Don.
Here's the thing. Indy's undefeated. It's start 3.5, stay 3.5. My thing is, these teams, sometimes they go 3-0, but it's hard for them to go 4-0 on some of these teams that start off good. Once week 4 hits, that 4-0 starts to really filter, and I think I'll take Indy with the 3.5, but if they lose, it's going to be very, very close. I think the margin will be that 3.5. So I'm taking Indy. They'll lose, but under that.
Do you want the other one for your support on that one, Don?
So what?
You want your support on that one?
Sure.
Think about last year at this exact time when we were like, holy crap, the Saints are amazing.
Yeah.
And then they didn't win a game the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Or they might have won
one or
3-0
but
teams,
still. But not a lot of 4-0 teams.
Yeah.
Josh.
Yeah, I don't trust Indiana on this one. Let's do the Rams at home.
All right.
So again, I'm taking the points on 3.5, but they'll lose by maybe 2.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So you're taking the Colts.
Yeah, but they'll lose.
They'll
lose the game, but take the line. Go ahead.
We good now?
Yeah.
Because I got you the first time.
All right.
The Chicago Bears are about to find out that the autumn wind is a Raider. And Vegas,
you can finally do that.
I can, because it's now autumn. I can do it now. Vegas giving them a point. It's still the Raiders. I think they're still trying to find their way. Give me Chicago +1 on the road. This is the late set, by the way. We're now officially in the late set.
I think Chicago's still terrible. I think they got over full of themselves, beating up on Dallas that has no defense. I think the Raiders figure it out because this is also their second game in a row at home, so they might be better settled in after some travel to start the year, get them settled. Give me the Raiders to win outright and cover.
Don.
Start at 1.5. I'm going to do the Bears, even though it's at home.
All right.
They're not both great teams, but I think Chicago will take this because it's non-division.
Josh.
Yep. Give me the Raiders. I'm with Alex on this. Being at home 2 weeks in a row. Let's do it.
Arrowhead hosts the Ravens this week. Baltimore giving 2.5. Could the shine be off the rose a little bit here with the Kansas City Chiefs? It is possible. Give me Kansas City +2.5 at home. I think they're getting a little frustrated right now. Like we talked about last week, Patrick Mahomes hadn't been 0-2 since his sophomore year in high school.
And
give
Mahomes,
me the Chiefs +2.5.
Mahomes has been playing so badly. He was throwing passes backwards last week against the Giants. Give me the Ravens. They are going to win this by double digits. The Chiefs are done.
All right. Wow. In week 4, Don.
I hate them, but I respect them. But I think with that loss that they had, the Ravens just had, I think they're going to want to get that revenge back on that last loss. So I think I'm taking Baltimore on this.
Josh.
I think Kansas City, I think it's in their head, and I think it's just time. I think something's wrong. I think I could just the last couple of games. Yeah, give me the Ravens on this. KC, I see it. Mahomes can't just pull things off like he used to. I think things are a little bit wobbly over there. They got to figure some things out.
All right. Sunday Night Football. We're not saying we might be making an appearance, and we're not saying we might not be making an appearance. Stay by the channel. Micah Parsons returns to Dallas, and Green Bay is giving them a touchdown. It ain't enough. This team, this Dallas Cowboys team, they're not playing well. They're not on any aspect of the ball. Green Bay, after last week, you want to talk about wanting to rebound and get the wheels back on this thing? Green Bay's coming in. They're coming in angry, and it's going to get out of control fast. Give me Green Bay minus 15.
Green Bay is my $18.4 million decision this week. So I like Green Bay. I like it all over. Now, Zach Tom, who was the left tackle that left last week's game that freed up Myles Garrett, is not expected to play. But when you have a coaching staff like LaFleur has, and he can prepare for that kind of backup, that's a different story. That's something Dallas wishes they knew how to do, which was prepare for anything, because all they did was pay cornerbacks who might as well be burnt toast because they give up so many deep plays. Give me Green Bay. I think it's going to be pretty close to the line, but I don't think it's actually going to be a close game. That's going to be a backdoor.
Done.
It started at 6.5 and it gone up. That's to say, when the line keeps moving up, I'm taking Green Bay too. And Micah wants to come home. He's come back to Dallas to say, hey, you got really fine and make a point.
And got paid. John.
Yep.
This is like Luka, wearing a yellow jersey, dropping 46. Give me Green Bay and Parsons. Somebody's head may fall off. I mean,
this is not going to be fun for me.
No, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun for me.
Don't rush home from work on Monday. We've got a Monday night doubleheader.
An hour apart.
And it starts with Joe Robbie Stadium hosting the Jets. Two teams that are combined 0-6 in the battle for the cellar in the AFC East. Miami's giving 2.5. Like,
that's comical.
It is.
It's comical.
This game might end in a 0-0 tie. I'm just saying.
No. One of these teams has looked competent at times this year, and the other one's the Miami Dolphins.
I'm saying the other one's playing at home.
Yeah.
Give me the Jets plus 2.5. This is
how
going to be.
How dirty did that feel to say? By the way,
it's just going to be a comedy of errors. This game.
Yeah, I think it's the Jets, but literally because I think the line is backwards.
Don?
They're at home, so I'm going to take Miami.
Josh?
This is a no country for old men coin flip. Just give me the Jets.
Call it friendo.
Call it friendo. Don't put it in your pocket.
Well, and especially since they have a primetime home game when they notoriously put the visiting teams in the sun in South Florida, and that's eliminated by this. Oh, please.
And an hour later, Cincinnati kicks off at Denver. Denver giving 2.5. I'm just not sold on the Bengals. I'm just not. Give me Denver plus 2.5. They Browning did last week, but they're back home.
Yeah, Jake Browning has looked better than a normal backup should coming in after Joe Burrow, but Denver's defense is still lights out and the offense is starting to click. I am beginning, after doubting massively my hot take for the preseason of Denver making the AFC title game, I'm starting to feel better about it, to be honest. Give me Denver.
Don.
It's 2.5, right?
Correct.
Currently 7.5.
7.5.
Denver is giving 7.5 right now.
Okay. I thought you said 2.5.
I probably didn't misspoke.
Okay. Yeah, that's where it started. That's where I'm staying. I just think that Denver will win, but not by enough. So I'm taking the Bengals.
Alex, you want to change your mind?
No.
All right.
I genuinely think Denver will still cover it, but I think that's because they have a competent defense that Cincinnati's not going to be able to overtake. I like the line a little bit better, lower, obviously, but I still think Denver puts this one together.
Josh.
Cincinnati is exciting to me. I like it. I'll slap the bingo barrel and say Bengals.
All right. We'll see how that all works out next week. Quick Major League Baseball run, because this will be the last time we deal with the regular season. David Fry, he's doing better. He's going to be sidelined 6 to 8 weeks. He's been discharged from the hospital and will not require surgery after being hit in the face attempting to bunt.
Now, Tariq Skubal was very distraught after that. Not necessarily a fun story, but to show the kind of person that he is, he actually rode with Stephen Vaught, the Cleveland manager, to the hospital to check on David Fry. That's just a class move.
Keeping him in our thoughts for sure. Let's go into your American League standings. We've got a clearer picture of the playoffs now. Baltimore, not going to get there. They're 15.5 back. They're 2 back of Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's now 10.5 back of Boston. Boston is 3 back of Toronto and the Yankees, who are tied, but the Yankees currently have the tie break, but nobody's won the division yet, obviously. In the AL Central, holy cow, what a difference 2 months makes. White Sox. Now, the White Sox and Minnesota both have the same differential. The White Sox are 28 games back. They are 11.5 back of Minnesota. They both have a run differential of -101. So put a pin in that.
Okay.
Minnesota currently 10.5 back of Kansas City. And for something we haven't said in 175 days, Detroit is not leading this division.
They've lost it.
They are a game back of Cleveland. The team they needed to hold off has won 2 in a row. Detroit's on an 8-game skid. They've lost 12 of their last 13.
Maybe they can start catching some of the Mets flack instead.
What an absolute meltdown.
Yeah.
You hold the division lead for almost the entire season.
Convincingly.
In the AL West, now in the cellar, Law. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, Los Angeles, California, America, North America.
Can we start a GoFundMe to get Mike Trout on a good team?
They're 18 back. They're 3.5 back of Athletics. Looking forward to having a city to call them soon. They are 5 back of the Rangers. The Rangers now 5 back of Houston. Seattle has clinched the division. They're up 4.5 games. They're on a
with the big dumper hitting 60.
Yeah. And on a 6-game heater. By the way, Mike Judge hitting like 378 right now.
Who?
I'm sorry. Yeah. No, I just lost. Yankees.
Aaron Judge?
Aaron Judge. Mike Judge.
He's leading the majors right now at like 328, but he has been on a tear lately.
Yeah. Mike Judge did Beavis and Butthead completely.
That's why
I was with confused. You on that. Yeah. I was in
NL West. Colorado Rockies.
Hill.
Put a pin in it. The San Francisco Giants are 12 back. Remember that. They are 2 games back of Arizona. Arizona now 7 back of San Diego, who has locked in a playoff spot. But the Dodgers have clinched the division, and they're 3 games up. Starting to get the wheels on that bullpen a little bit. Don, your Pittsburgh Pirates.
Thank you.
Skeens had a good outing last night to finish off the season. With 6 innings. But you're still 27 games back. Yeah, you're 9 back of St. Louis. St. Louis 3 back of Cincinnati. The Reds are now 9.5 back of the Cubs, who have clinched a playoff spot. Milwaukee has clinched that division, 6.5 games up. And in the only division that matters, question mark, the NL East, the Nationals doing their best now because they're 10 games behind Atlanta to keep my Braves out of the cellar. Atlanta now 2.5 back of my Marlins. Marlins 4 back of the Mets. The Mets now 12 back of Philly. Philly, of course, has clinched the division. Let's go to your wild card standings. If the playoffs started today, and they almost do because they kick off next week. In the AL, right now, Yankees, Cleveland, Seattle. Your wild cards are Toronto, Boston, and Detroit. The only team that has a shot at this point is Houston. Because they're a half game out. National League, all of those divisions have been clinched in Philly, Milwaukee, and the Dodgers. Right now, Cubs, San Diego have their spot locked in. Cincinnati is the only team really threatening the Mets right now. So we're going to see how this works out. All right, gentlemen, it is now time to play North America's favorite game show. For the last time for about a month and a half until hockey gets their stuff going. What is the run differential for the Colorado Rockies? Don, I'm going to give you honors.
It's 2 weeks I did 400. Even though I wasn't here last week. You know what? They went out with a bang. I'm going to give a nice round number. 425. Negative 425.
Alex.
You know, they have been playing better, but I still I have to say it every time. They filled that stadium for the worst team that has ever existed. More major league teams either need to learn their marketing or just start selling edibles like Colorado does.
In the newbies.
Because I'm going to go minus 410. I think they cracked 400, but I don't think they got much past it.
All right, Josh. What do you think?
Now, if you want to do Price is Right rules, you just go one run over the next one or go one run.
You do play Price is Right.
Go for it.
I was just going to say, since we're talking about them, I say 420.
All right. I see what you did there.
Don, you're voted off the island. We're keeping Josh.
Colorado Rockies are currently 43 and 115.
So we got 3 games left.
That is a win percentage of 272. Remember when I said that the Giants were 12 back in the division?
Yep.
You almost
Rob. They haven't played all 162, have they?
No, but we
can still do it next week.
Well, we'll take a look next week.
Okay.
The Giants are 12 back in the division. You almost have to quadruple that to get to where Colorado is, because they're currently 46 and a half games back in the division. They are 25 and 56 at home, 18 and 59 on the road. They're 2 and 8 in their last 10. Closest without going over is Alex, because currently Colorado Rockies have a run differential of minus 412.
You know what? I don't even like being right now. I really wanted 420 to be the winning answer.
Hey, we got time. And if
I really wanted it to be the winning answer.
And hear me, Colorado.
What if they finish the season at that?
That's what I'm saying. Hear me, Colorado. Make this happen for us. Finish this thing at minus 420. Peyton Manning will appreciate it.
So will all of his Papa John's franchise.
That's what I'm saying.
Quick update at the end of the first quarter. Seattle has 7 and Arizona 3. But respect to Arizona, they're doing the desert camo as their kind of city connect. It's kind of cool.
All right, let's get into the pop culture side of things, shall we, gentlemen?
Let's have some fun.
Get into TV talk and stuff we watch this week on TV that's on a screen near you. I actually have something for this week, which I haven't had in a while, but I will defer. Alex.
As much as I've been banging the drum for Alien Earth, I was not a fan of how they finished it. It was a little bit too gray for my liking for a finale. I want something more directed. Like, you can leave something open-ended, but when you finish on a line that feels like it's that majestic end of a superhero shot, and you're just like, what does that mean? It doesn't help. And I still love it. I still think they did a phenomenal job with it. Have recently picked up Andor to try and catch up on that one since I'm a season behind. But Alien Earth, Chief of War also had a gray ending. I genuinely thought this was a mini series. Straight up finishes like, here comes season 2 from Momoa, and I'm here for it because I can see the path there. Whereas with Alien Earth, I'm like, I'm not sure what the path is. It's just jungle. But
did I tell you he was
both good?
Did I tell you he was on Jolly about 3 weeks ago?
You did not.
And he has the boys eat Hawaiian food with him.
Nice.
You have to watch that episode. It's fantastic. Josh, have you ever heard of Jolly?
No.
It's these two.
Please give him the rundown.
Josh and Ollie. And what they do is once a year, they come to America and just spend 2 weeks here and they try different types of American food for the first time. Well, lately they've been getting celebrities involved. So like they had Idris Elba and John Cena to do an American breakfast versus an English breakfast. They actually got Momoa on the show. This week is Aziz Ansari. But the Momoa episode is worth everything. It's on YouTube. And they've been doing this for a while. It's so good.
He's always great.
Yeah.
I feel like Momoa could make $1 billion if they just followed him around with a camera and just let him be.
The commercials he did for that overseas amusement park is some of the greatest I've watched in years. Don, anything for you this week?
2 things. One is the new show on the FX with Ethan Hawke, The Lowdown.
There we go.
Was starting weird, but it's starting to build. It's kind of building a little, put everything together, and I think it's going to get a big push at the end.
Wait, Ethan Hawke doing something weird?
Yeah, well, shocker. I mean, he has the Black Phone next.
Black Phone and Black Phone 2 coming out soon.
Yeah. I saw a stunt casting this week that had him and his daughter as Commissioner Gordon and Barbara, and I said,
I saw that
for it.
Don, you were saying about the Lowdown.
Don?
And then number 2, to talk about what Alex said about Alien Earth. When it ended, I go, that's how they're ending it. Here's my beef about it. I saw more of a sheep than I did of xenomorphs in this thing.
I think
the
that's
sheep
the point,
had more
though.
time than the aliens did in this thing.
Better a sheep.
Where's the havoc on Earth?
Better your sheep.
Technically, the sheep was an alien.
Better a sheep than a lamb.
But you get the point.
Yeah.
We all know how I feel about lamb.
Yeah, we know. God, that's an episode I wish we still had.
I know. Well,
it could have been so much better than it did, and it just dragged and dragged till this kind of end where the kind of says, hey, maybe it's going to be like The Wire, where it starts off so in the first season, and maybe chaos in season 2.
Well,
I'm praying, please.
Don, I had a thought on that because I figured you were going to go here.
Yeah.
I think that about halfway through the season, they were like, oh, we're crushing this. People are enjoying this. Let's hold off some stuff for the next season.
Very possible.
And I feel like that might have been
and everything like that after, you know what I'm saying?
I understand, but what I'm saying is yeah, but you have your dailies. Like, Josh, you're going to be able to speak better to this than I can.
Yeah.
The in-process adjustments.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, am I next? Sorry. I was
but I think, but you would be good, I think, as Alex says, that speak to when a studio sees dailies and things seem to be going well, that it can pivot like the script writing to maybe this is finite, but maybe it's not.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's when the studio gets involved. Speaking of the studio, do you guys watch the studio? Have y'all watched the studio?
That is on my docket. I have not yet. It's at the top.
So I'll transition into that, but I think sometimes when the studio gets involved, it's like, the studio seeing The Godfather, right? And they're like, you need to cast Robert Redford as Michael, and it's just they're not understanding the years that have happened. They're trying to do something that's trending, and if you're doing something that's trending, it's not going to trend a year from now, especially in this day and age. I think studios need to stay out of the dailies because they're looking at old analytics about something that's happening now. I think that's why The Lowdown is going to be a huge success. And I think that's why The Studio is such a great show. We just wrapped The Studio the last season, me and my wife did. And I've been so busy with being in the world of filmmaking that I'm now, my cup of tea, my glass of wine every night is to watch The Bear. I've been watching The Bear.
Oh,
Alex is big on The Bear. I've not started it yet.
I will tell you though, I am Don is also picked up on it. I have a hard time with it. I am having a really hard time with it because it triggers some like PTSD from running restaurants.
For sure. I mean, my whole life I've been in a restaurant, but there's something weirdly cathartic about it for me right now. I think because I have so much stress. I'm not in the restaurant business anymore. I'm not slanging drinks at the City Tavern in downtown Dallas. And so I think it's like I get to watch someone else be miserable. And I find joy in that right now.
If I disliked Jeremy Allen White, I might be able to go with you.
I know. What a
I like the people involved.
I am so ready for that Springsteen biopic. It's ridiculous.
I'm right there. I cannot wait.
See, people are now saying that he did his own singing, and I find that
he did. I've heard it. Yeah, that is him singing.
Oh my Lord!
Yeah,
I could watch that trailer on a loop. Like, I am ready for Going to Nowhere. I want to go. Anything else that you watched on TV this week, Josh, that you want to talk about?
I mean, I'm really excited about watching The Black Rabbit. I haven't started that yet. I'm all in on Jason Bateman. This guy is like, I'm big for second chances in life. God knows I needed one. And to see Jason Bateman have this successful career this late in his career, it just makes me happy. I'm just happy for him, and he's doing cool stuff. I'm excited about him and Jude Law, and I like that fast pace style of shows where it's like you buckle up for a little bit. So I'm excited.
And why
about
did
Black
it take us 40 years for them to do Bateman with Batman? Like, why did it take us 40 years? That's just genius.
Well, you see, what we learned was that people from the studio are using old analytics.
Hold on, almost on the show. I've got a couple of things to talk about. I am now caught up on Have I Got News for You? You guys know I'm a big fan. That show's still strong. Love it.
Yes.
And I have finally finished with the accompanying podcast as of about 5 hours ago. I have finally finished Shogun season 1.
Finally.
Oh my God. They used the Game of Thrones model of use the penultimate episode to just smack you in the face. Even though I kind of knew from what I remembered from the original, I knew where things were going.
You have been big on that.
Oh my God. And to find out that they've got like 5 more seasons written after they won 147 Emmys.
So you've finally gotten to the scene that I've been waiting to talk to you about. Is there free reign to discuss right now?
For me, yes, but I don't know about the other two. If you guys
That's why I'm hesitating. Don, are you good?
Go for it.
Go for it. Go for it.
The way they got Hiro Sanada to allegedly sign up for Shogun was showing him the script and the storyboard for the last moments with his best friend.
Oh, episode 9. No, exactly. That's episode. I thought is that 8 or 9?
No, that's the close.
You're talking about
the actor, and I apologize, I cannot remember his name. But the actor,
the scene sitting on the cliff.
Yes,
I thought you were talking about
the Harikiri, essentially.
I thought you were talking about the one in the house.
No. Because Hiro Sanada and that actor are best friends in real life, and he was signed on, and he said, "Hold on, let me call my boy Hiro," and they showed him that part of the script.
All right, I need to wait for just a second, so keep talking.
Yep, but the way that they structured that and to set it up now. Josh, full disclosure, I am a huge Hiro Sanada mark, so I will watch anything with that man in it. But apparently he was the last one to sign on as the main character.
Oh, really?
That's the story I heard. And the guy that gets beheaded to close that, where there's that little wink moment, is allegedly what he got permission from the writers to show Hiro Sanada to get him to sign on.
I thought they built the whole thing. Like that was
It looks like it would be built around him, but allegedly it was actually with his friend that played, God, I'm drawing a blank on the name. Anyways, the one that does not make it through the season is his best friend in real life.
I would just think like in this day and age of like funding and building a whole series, it'd be like, well, we have to get him first, and then everything trickles down, and then that's when the money follows, right?
Yeah, well, as we've talked about the studios lately, but from what I was told, they had everything built out, planning on it being a much smaller, more art-driven project. And then they were like, hold on, we have something. Let me call this heavyweight.
Yeah.
Josh, have you watched Shogun yet?
Yeah, I haven't finished the whole thing, but season 1. No. Don't feel bad because
we didn't go too deep into it because there's a lot to that scene. In the dialogue exchange that kind of ties everything together.
Tada Asano is the one I'm talking about.
It's brilliant. It earned every one of those bazillion Emmys it won this year.
It's one of those shows that I have on when I'm doing, and I hate this when people watch my stuff. But it's one of those shows where it's just like on so I can watch because I don't have time to watch it. And so it's just one of those things. So you didn't spoil anything. I just love I'm watching some series and some shows differently on how they create it, timing, camera angles, camera lenses. And so this one is more from an art factor than I am like really following the story. And like I said, I feel bad for whoever who wrote it and who makes it, but we only have so much time.
And that's a great question I want to ask, because we're going to sprinkle our questions for you in as we go along here.
Yeah.
As a filmmaker, how hard is it for you to take off your filmmaker hat and just enjoy a show or enjoy a film?
Oh, I must have been blessed with something. It's easy peasy. It's I'm lost. I'm crying. I'm an audience member. And that's why a lot of times I'll have to watch something. I have friends who they'll be like, how about that one shot? It was a one take. I'm like, oh, I need to rewatch that because I for some reason, I think it's also an escape for me. Watching films, even though it's what I do, I'm in. And I think that's maybe not why it comes easy, maybe more naturally for me to make movies is because I want to tell those films. And sometimes I'm not so concerned about the technical aspect, even though I nerd out on all that. I really want to feel. And so, I was brought up on like It's a Wonderful Life and these films that an emotional roller coaster. And I've always wanted to make those kind of films. And that's why I do the palate cleanser, I'll go see the new Jurassic World the first day it comes out, because I'm not thinking of how they shot it. I'm just like,
it's a popcorn movie.
100. I'm in Colorado,
Yeah.
Let's just go.
So Alex, on Shogun, is it subtitled? Most of it?
It's in English for the most part.
You can get it subtitled or dubbed. You have
it's on FX, right?
Yes.
On Hulu. It's on Hulu.
On Hulu.
Yeah.
Hulu?
Well, it was originally FX, but it is available on Hulu.
Okay. And how many seasons?
It's only
one right now.
10 episodes. But there's a podcast that goes with every episode. There's 10 episodes. There's like a 20-30 minute podcast with every episode that you can get to on Hulu, where they talk to the cast and crew. That gives you kind of a background.
Yeah.
I like it watching it with the subtitles because the Japanese language is just so beautiful to listen to. But Don's not big on subtitles. So there is a dubbed version of it that you can watch as well.
On Hulu. So here's my question to you, Josh, and I wanted to ask this because you brought up some personal stuff and about movies and enjoying and stuff like that. This is one question I ask people that have been in, movies, make movies and all this. And, I never asked a question, is there any film you regretted? But what is the hardest film that you ever worked on? When you got done, man, that was the toughest. Not saying you weren't proud of it. It could be a film you're proud of, that you're so proud of. Love this film, so proud of it. But what was the toughest film you ever worked on when you got done going, that was tough?
Do you know what, Don? It's probably every single film when I'm done. And it's not because it's weird. I loved every single aspect, but there's a different kind of hard. For example, with This World Won't Break, I was just physically ill. I was exhausted. I had a panic attack. I thought I was having a heart attack at Alamo Drafthouse. And I was physically miserable. On this last film we just did, everything was magically great. Everything worked perfectly. We only shot for 15 days, but I didn't have the amount of fun as I did on the last film. And so you have to step back for a second and be like, am I doing this for fun? I enjoyed it, but it wasn't a blast, but we got everything done. It was more of this was more make sure everything gets done, because this was single shots. A lot of these were one takes. It was very technical. It was very detail oriented. With This World Won't Break, it was like, let's shoot a shot of whiskey and let's follow Greg through this bar and let's move and groove. And that's fun to me. But there was more money on this, and that's probably what it is. This was more structured. There was more money. There was more at stake on this film. And so I'm trying to figure out, it's a great question, Don, because I'm trying to figure out where's the balance for me, right? Where's the balance of we have money, we're having fun. I think it's just over time.
And I think we're in a really good groove. I think we're going to push wrestling back to next week.
That's a good idea.
There's a couple of pleas coming this weekend, so we can talk about.
Well,
that.
there's not really much of anything happening, anyways, and this is far more interesting. I want to hear Josh talk about this all night. But, it's interestingly enough, there's that little parallel we were talking about, Rob, when you had stepped away for a second, about how we would figure Shogun would have been structured, and now you're talking about how the structure helped you. Is that because it was more forefront on your mind, or is that just truly how it is?
You know, I think it was it's what this script needed. There was no room for improvise at all on this. Even though when you watch it, it seems very so the whole basis, the whole inspiration of El Tonto Porcristo is it's a very European style cinema. There's lots of one takes where it's choreographed almost like theater, right? So there's lots of rehearsal, lots of blocking, and you only got to get it right once. But if you don't get it, if a gaffer drops the roll of tape, we got to reset. If somebody says the wrong line, if an airplane flies over, and so you could do a 8-minute scene 10 times, or you can do it 2. But after a while, when the machine starts going and everybody's grooving and everybody knows that here's the deal, that we're all in this together, in that moment, no one's greater than anyone else, because if someone toots or if someone forgets their line, you know, you're almost like you want to cup someone's butt so no one hears it. We're all in this together type thing, man. It's like this teamwork, and I saw it, and it was like theatrical play. It was like there's an audience out there, even though there's not one, but we're performing like it is. So I think it became fun towards the end, but I think it was on day 2. I went to my wife, who was the producer, and I said, she goes, "What's going on?" I said, "I'm not having fun." I said, "I'm not trying to be weird, but like, I don't feel like I'm having fun." And it was because it didn't come naturally to me. And so I had to, that was the thing I worked on the entire movie, was working on that muscle that I'd never really used before. And it became a blast towards the end. But here's the deal. When it's over, by the time you've got it figured out and that muscle's, you're like, I got this. It's like, that's a wrap. You're done. And then, you know, everyone else goes home. We shot for 2 weeks, and I've been working on this movie for 2.5 years, you know, and it's like everybody goes home. I'm stuck in a room by myself. And that's just what it is. But you learn the whole time. And I don't think that you can go through the editing process, the sound, the score, all of that stuff, if you don't love what you just made.
Yeah.
And so then I knew I may not have been having a blast those 14 days. There was moments of joy. I think that I really enjoyed the post-production on this part. And I'm very proud, and yeah, I'm just like overjoyed of how everyone did. And you know, it's one of those things, you think it's so hard to make a feature film, which it is. It's impossible. Paul Thomas Anderson says the fact that any film gets made is a miracle. So that, you don't criticize what happened, just say it wasn't your cup of tea. And I feel like, oh man, I got another feathers in the cap. And you know, you look up and now it's going to be on the road, and yeah, you hang another poster on the wall, and it's really exciting.
And you've got some screenies coming up. You want to throw those out there and where people can get tickets?
Yeah, I mean, this is if you want to go to a party, October 6th at the Texas Theater is the world premiere of El Tonto Porcristo. And
God, I love that theater.
Yeah, it's the best. It's the best. And Barack and them are letting us. We're doing this theatrical tour because Hollywood is broken, and you can't really get your film in theaters unless you pay an ungodly amount or you sign it away. And so we're doing late 1990s, early 2000s rock and roll. You know, I'm taking a playbook out of Tim DeLauder's The Polyphonic Spree, and we're taking this movie on the road and we're touring it. We're showing up with the actors, with the filmmakers. We got a merch booth. I got a double vinyl record coming. Nice. Of the score and soundtrack. We got t-shirts, you know, we got hankies, we got everything. We have everything. And it's going to be a party every city we go to. And we literally go from Dallas, Texas on October 6th, and then we bring the party to Memphis, Tennessee. And it keeps on going all the way to Greece and Romania until the next year.
Wow.
And what's the website they can go to get all that stuff?
Yeah, they can go to eltontoporcristo.com, or you can go to holyfoolfilms.com. Those two will bring you to both. One, if you don't really know Spanglish, like El Tonto Porcristo, it's spelled like it sounds. Or you can just Google Josh David Jordan, and it'll pop up.
And joshdavidjordan.com, also a very nice website.
Yes,
I like the website a lot.
You can also, you can go there. My wife, she's got a keen eye. She's very organized. I'm all over the place, and we make things happen that way.
Well, let's get into some more headlines from our TV friends. For those of you that have not been able to have your particular service that you watch stuff on get to ESPN Unlimited, they have said more of the carriers will have access very, very soon within the next 2 to 3 months. There were rumors that they were going to be a last-minute edition of YouTube TV before WrestlePalooza, but that did not happen. So that's what I'm waiting on, because YouTube TV is where I get my TV. So, Alex, big news for you. Big news for you.
Oh, really?
Friend. The season premiere of Bob's Burgers will be their 300th episode. And did you see
this? I saw rumors about what it'll be, and it's
called Grand Prix pre-opening, and it will be the origins of Bob and Linda.
I heard that there was a possibility that they were going to be talking to Bob's mom, and I don't know what it is. Every time they hit that nerve, and they only go to it maybe once every 5 seasons, but every time they do, or when they do it in the movie, it hits like a truck.
And last week tonight with John Oliver, the Void did return.
Great.
Recently, and I had to explain to my wife that that's the voice of Bob on Bob's Burgers and of Archer. So, Paramount
John Benjamin.
Paramount Plus CBS has canceled Dexter Original Sin after 1 season. A lot of people up in arms. Yeah, gone. No mas, my friend.
Why?
It's
1 word, 2 words. Peter Dinklage.
Yeah. So
it's probably the cost, really.
In a very
how they kind of left that hanging, where they were saying there's going to be another season. Not as bad as Deadwood, but now I'm mad. I'm mad.
That is my goal every week. How long is it going to take me to frustrate Don?
I'm mad.
In a very interesting meta full circle moment from Peacock / NBC. As we know, season 4 of Bel-Air will be its final season. Guest starring this year as a former classmate of Aunt Viv will be Tyra Banks. So the series that kind of put her on the map, she's kind of coming back around for the final season of Bel-Air.
Yeah, that is a fair point.
Now, Don, let me pick your spirits back up. You ready?
Okay.
We'll see.
5th, on Stars,
Okay.
will be the premiere of Spartacus House of Asher. They're doing 2 episodes starting that, and it's going to go for, I think, 12 episodes. And you're like me, big fans of the Spartacus series.
Yeah.
Josh, how about you? Did you enjoy the Spartacus series that they did on Stars for a few years?
I didn't check it out, but then I just saw on the news that they were having another season. And I looked at it, and it looked interesting.
Go back to Blood and Sand and just watch the whole thing, because it is some of the best television on the planet.
Is that where the arrow goes in the air and it like grazes his eye for the next season or whatever? Is that something I saw in the?
That's middle of the season to late.
Okay.
But the thing is, it starts off a little bit rough, but it gets really good. The hard part you have to realize is between seasons 1 and 2, Spartacus changes.
And because
the actor changes because of health reasons. But the good news is they kept the original Spartacus on as a technical advisor every season, so his family would still collect the check.
And it's
that's good to hear.
That OG series is so good. It's just so good. It's a little over the top with the effects, but you kind of expect it.
It's basically trying to capitalize on 300 a couple years too late.
And a little cheesier.
Yeah, it looks shot like that. Yeah.
TV on DVD and Blu-ray this coming Tuesday. Season 2 of Elsbeth will be available. Season 3 of Shoresy, which I still need to get fired up on my Hulu. It's in my queue. I just haven't watched it yet. The complete series of Netflix's Castlevania, which I need to start because it looks amazing. It's got that anime style. And this is going to be kind of a deep cut. This is for me. I don't know if anybody else is going to know what this is. Don, maybe. the complete series of Touche, Turtle, and Dum Dum. This was a very obscure Hanna-Barbera series, like from the 60s. And they're like, we're just going to put that out there. I'm like, let's do it. I love Touche Turtle. I do. So that was for me.
Look it up.
Let's get into movies and stuff we watched this week on a movie theater and on a TV with movies and the Blu-rays and the DVDs. I love, Josh, that you mentioned just a little while ago about doing longer shots, because a movie that has been a blind spot for me for years. Alex even bought me the Blu-ray years ago, and I finally watched it this week. 1917.
Oh yeah, Roger Deakins. Let's go.
Oh yeah, I mean that guy's money. This film, holy cow.
Yeah.
Like he said that, everybody's talking about it was one shot. It wasn't one shot.
No.
But the way he cuts it together just works out so well. And what I read was the longest single shot they did was 8.5 minutes, which is still stout.
Yeah.
I would say if you haven't seen 1917, go in as cold as you possibly can, because every time that story took a turn, I was just like, oh my God. Oh, we're doing this. Okay. I really did love it. I very much enjoyed it because I'm actually going through my entire movie collection and either rewatching films I haven't watched in a long time, or I've got so many films I've never even watched just because I picked them up at Movie Trading Company or whatever.
Yeah.
So, now, I want to clarify, Josh. You see that bookcase that's absolutely full of stuff behind him? That is not even close to the amount of movies that man owns. It is staggering.
I am a cinephile. I've also, July, when Barnes and Nobles did their 50% off Criterion.
Oh yeah,
I went nuts. I watched 12 Angry Men a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going through all of my Criterions. I just got the new re-release of This Is Spinal Tap.
Oh yeah.
Alex has never seen that, so I did go see the sequel. It's not as good as the original, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah, I've been listening to Rob Reiner on different podcasts talking about it, and it's also 83 minutes long, like the original. And instead of one camera, he uses two, just because it's digital, and because he wishes he had, because a lot of times they would improvise off camera, and so they would have to shoot B-roll of a person listening. So this time they would shoot two cameras at once. But yeah, I'm excited to see the new Spinal Tap.
Have you watched the original with the commentary?
Oh no,
they do it in character.
Oh, so I love their Instagram, their social media right now. They're all in character, and it's improvised. The whole movie's improvised.
With the Criterion re-release, which they did the Blu-ray and the 4K, they actually have them as them, but they also kept the in character
of course,
commentary, which the original is one of my favorites ever. I just love This Is Spinal Tap. And,
for sure.
I also watched a movie that came out earlier this year, as I'm trying to get my 2025 movies, as many as possible, on Netflix. It's called The Room Next Door, with Julianne Moore and Tilda Swinton. They are childhood friends who go their different ways for a while, and they come back together due to a tragedy and how things unfold. It's definitely, I can see it being put on stage, because it's just mostly just the two of them. I don't want to give away too much. I liked it. I didn't love it, but those are the two movies I watched this week, and I've got a bunch of stuff that I'm still trying to get through, because now I follow a YouTube channel called Films in Color, and that guy has gotten me turned on to some more boutique labels like Kino Lorber and Arrow Video. I actually found the Arrow Video limited edition at a half price books of Ronin, which I'm very excited to watch.
Oh, nice. There's also a site, it's called Movies Unlimited. Check that. That's got everything as well.
And Criterion sales coming back in November, as always. And I have pre-ordered. They're doing House Party, which is one of my favorite films ever.
I love House Party.
I pre-ordered it because I'm like, there's no way I'm not getting this. Because I actually, somewhere in this house, I have the film of the trailer, because I worked at the movie theater. So I took that one with me.
Oh, wow.
That's how much I love that movie. Any films you guys watched this week you want to talk about?
I don't have anything to add to film. I was going to say, do you want to jump in and tell Josh the awkward parallel with us in that movie theater?
I thought it was, we'll get to that in a minute, but Don did say you wanted to talk about something.
Yeah, no, Don, what do you got?
We attempted to watch the whole thing and didn't. And I understand why there was this thing, and I can see why people see both sides. The new Superman on HBO.
You have
Me and Dave didn't even finish it.
Attempted? I'm sorry, attempted to watch?
Wow.
We're at the end, about an hour and a half in. We're just like, what's the point of this? Is this even Faith? Faith said no.
Wow.
It's gonna make a list.
Did the rest of you guys see it in the theater though?
I saw it in the theater.
I saw it in the theater.
I did not see it in the theater.
Oh, okay.
So
I was just curious.
Well, while that was out, I was trying not to die.
Right. I went out when it came out. I went by myself. My wife was out of town, and it was the film that I needed to see. James Gunn does that sometimes. It was the film that I needed to see at the moment, at the time. And I was like, this should not have worked, and it did.
Yeah, I have AMC A list, so since we didn't get
Same.
I could burn one with it.
Yeah.
I liked First Steps that much more because they got Galactus right. I am in shock right now that Don did not like.
I'm kind of curious because I wonder if theirs came from the same place as Sean's, because even she was like, it's a well-made movie, but I did not enjoy it. But that's because she didn't know who most of the characters were, and she felt really like she was uninformed.
Yeah.
It's just like it starts off with he just flies and lands and boom, and it's just like this. It starts off like in the middle of the story. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but that was intentional because
it's just like, what's the point of this? What's the point? I'm just saying, as the guy without the Greek cred, which I'm
right. No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just in shock right now.
Yeah,
I'm surprised. I'm not judging. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I am too. I was too. Hey, it's Superman. It's on HBO. We said time to watch it. We start watching it, and an hour and a half in, we're like, huh?
I'm going to be very interested in your thoughts when you get a chance to watch Fantastic Four: First Steps, for sure. Because it's similar but not the same. And I have my theories as to where this is all going, which I have shared with Alex.
I think we had the mutual ones, and we've just been hatting on a hat the entire time.
All right, let's get into headlines, boys. If you want to have a very nice, quiet, by yourself theater experience, I strongly suggest you do not go to the movie theater next weekend. Because October 3rd, in theaters, we will have the official release party for Taylor Swift's new album, including the debut of the video of Fate of Ophelia, which is the lead single. This is going to make $1 bazillion.
Yeah, it absolutely will.
Because I like her. I think she does good work. She writes her own stuff. I can't complain.
Hey, she's my favorite of Jeff Jarrett's babysitters.
There you go. Dwayne.
Oh, dear.
My friend Dwayne. Can I call you Dwayne? I am very much looking forward to the Smashing Machine. We will be screening that on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
But have you seen what $7 Productions has teamed up for?
I feel like I saw this headline, and I equally want to shake my head.
$7 Story Kitchen and Amazon MGM Studios are working on a live-action Teddy Ruxpin movie.
Yep.
I have questions.
Oh, how much you want to bet this is going to wind up being like the Bambi skit?
If we don't have a section where Teddy Ruxpin starts singing Ozzy tunes, because everybody did it, you put the Teddy Ruxpin to make him sing songs he's not supposed to. If I don't have a section where there's some reference to that, this is a fail.
I can't follow you on this journey.
I want this. If it doesn't, then I don't want it.
It's the Kool-Aid man.
Yeah. I'm here for it. Otherwise, I'm out.
Did I miss Teddy Ruxpin because of my age or because we were poor?
You would probably both, because we weren't rich enough either.
There was tons of commercials. It was a big commercial.
But I remember, he's 10 years behind me.
Right.
So he would have been.
Let me put it this way: Motley Crue was established by the time I was born.
Gotcha.
Ruxpin would have put you maybe starting elementary school. It was a bear, and you put a tape in the back. It was the first kind of. It was Furbies before Furbies.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm aware of its existence. I don't think I've ever even been in the same building as one.
Yeah, it's a thing. I don't get it, but Dwayne's going to invest money in it, so whatever.
Okay, we can all blame a certain person who likes explosions and signed on Transformers.
We are 63 days away from the first part of 3 parts of the finale of Stranger Things.
Yes,
which I'm very excited for. I'm going to put this out there to the universe as well. Another YouTube channel I follow is guys by the name of Harrison Neville. He does a lot of these. He buys like return pallets.
Yeah.
Kind of videos. 2 things. Number 1, he just did one where he bought one where the guy, he drove to Nashville, and the guy was a former minor league baseball player and was in a band. And some of the stuff that he found in there was fantastic. One of the things he found, Alex, stay with me on it. In one of the boxes was a WWE World Heavyweight title replica, the black belt. And it was the full replica.
The undisputed, the Correct. Double eagle.
No, undisputed.
Undisputed. Okay, that's my favorite one too.
The home plate belt.
Okay. I hate it.
So what he does is if he decides to sell it, he just puts it on the website.
Yeah.
I got to the website too late. You know how much he sold that thing for?
Nope.
$100.
Whew.
That's a $475 belt. I was madder than a wet hen.
Just imagine if he had a belt that didn't suck.
Now, but to tie into what we were just talking about.
Yes.
Because he lives in Atlanta. He has a Braves Stranger Things jersey that is a black jersey, and it's got the Braves logo in red upside down.
I dig that.
I cannot find it. Even eBay
it might be a custom.
It's got to be because I can't find it. I'm like, I want to go to there.
Now, is it Stranger Things because you're inferring the upside down, or is it unmistakably?
No, it's got the label. It's got the logo on the sleeve.
Okay.
So, speaking of Stranger Things, transitions. Millie Bobby Brown is going to be working with Gia Coppola, the granddaughter of Francis, playing in a biopic, playing Carrie Strug, the gymnast.
Carrie Strug?
Yep. Based on her book, Landing on My Feet, A Diary of Dreams.
That was not a direction I was anticipating.
That's happening. And Yara Shahidi, she was in, she's been in some stuff that's offhand. She's going to be joining The Beekeeper 2 because there were so many unanswered questions from that thing.
But there's so many other ways that people could get exploded or squished or run off of a tree.
You know how much I loathe that film.
You did not loathe that film. You thought it was schlock, but you appreciated it at the time. Do not retroactive this.
In my bottom 10, go back and check the tape.
I thought it was fun.
I said it before, and I'll say it again. They found a script that was written in 1987 and went, let's just put
I don't disagree with anything that's about to be said.
The movie made me so angry. It just did.
It was so bad, it was fun.
Movie new releases in places you get movie new releases this week. We have Eleanor the Great. This is directed by.
I want to see this.
ScarJo.
Yeah, directed by ScarJo. So that's going to be in theaters this week. We also have One Battle After Another.
Yes,
with DiCaprio. This I am ready for. This looks fantastic. Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie, if you're into such things. Gloria Estefan's involved, so I'm not hating.
Hey, we had an invite. I feel like it would have put me on a list to go as an adult man to this.
We also have a thing called BFFs. This has Jennifer Morrison, Nick Stahl, and Terrence Howard. Tay Diggs is in this. Kane Hodder. We have a Kane Hodder appearance.
With or without the mask?
Probably without. Jerry trying to
probably.
reconnect with Fred Henry as their practical jokes escalate. It threatens Henry's current life with potentially fatal consequences. And it's a comedy.
So maybe it is with the mask.
Yeah. We also have The Strangers Chapter 2 this week. So that's a more you guys than it is me.
Yeah, it's fair. The first Strangers was really good.
Movies on DVD and Blu-ray this coming Tuesday. Recently, I got to do a panel with Billy Blair. Wonderful human. Love him. He is in a film called Don't Tell Larry. That it's a comedy about a guy who a bunch of people in his office have to... It's like one lie turns into another, turns into another, turns into another. Billy loved working on it. So I got to send a shout out to my dude, Billy Blair, that finally got to do a Q&A with that. He didn't cuss up one while down the other. The Life of Chuck.
You were a big fan of?
I love this movie.
Okay.
Based on a Stephen King story. The only thing I'm going to say, the story's told in reverse, but not in a Memento kind of way. It's told in 3 acts. It's basically Stephen King going, if I got to write an episode of The Twilight Zone, here's what I'd do. And Josh, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it.
I haven't seen it. I got like Walter Mitty vibes, but maybe that was just...
I had that same feeling.
I can see how you get the vibe, but it's not that.
Okay.
Tom Hiddleston is Tom Hiddleston. I can do it.
For sure.
I highly recommend it.
Okay.
Sorry Baby, which is a decent film, but it's dark. This is a girl who deals with some things in her life, and it flashes forward and flashes back, and it's not comfortable. That's all I will say. It's a good film, not a great film. A documentary called You're So Cool, Brewster, the story of Fright Night.
Oh, are you kidding me?
OG.
Fright Night, that's one of my jams.
If you're into old school disaster films, we are getting a 4K release of all 4 airport movies.
No.
All 4?
All 4.
What? No clue there was 4 of those.
They're doing a limited...
That's how you find out that the Ray Liotta High Turbulence was an airport movie?
You're getting a limited edition steelbook of the original...
deep cut.
That's a deep cut.
You're getting a limited edition steelbook of the original American Pie.
Okay.
There's 5 of those.
Yeah.
Can we not talk about when they started? My back already hurts.
Creeping up on 30. You're getting a Blu-ray release of Black Samson, which I believe also has a Criterion release. There's a steelbook of the original Bride of Frankenstein.
Ooh.
There is a 6-film collection of the original Dracula films. And do we remember who played the son of Dracula? That would be Donnie Dunnigan, the voice of Bambi.
Yeah.
Who I also had a great Q&A with. You want to, Josh, I want you to, after the show, go look up his Wikipedia page. His story will blow your mind.
I will. A little deep cut real fast. Because of Frankenstein, I don't know if you guys caught the Dallas Observer. Was it last week? I was in the Dallas Observer, and they give the whole story of me going to L.A. and helping out Guillermo del Toro save all of his stuff during the fires in L.A.
Wow.
And I just went back a couple weeks ago, and we hung out, and we sat down. And I did a whole interview with Guillermo, and he watched part of my film. So I brought a poster for him to sign for me of my movie, right? Because he already saw it on my phone. I said, I'm going to bring a poster. He can sign it. I'll frame it. And so I roll it out to him, and he goes, "This is great. This is for me." I was like, it's for me.
It can be.
And I have a Sharpie in my hand, and he goes, "Can you sign it for me? I have a perfect frame for it." I signed my poster, gave it to Guillermo del Toro so he can frame it and put it in his office. That doesn't happen every day.
I feel like that's a better story.
That is our
better story than I had Guillermo del Toro sign my stuff. We're going to wind up having to have a panel of just people that circle Guillermo del Toro.
That's now a friend
I'm not
of the
even kidding.
show that has a direct line, because who's our other one, boys?
Jorge Gutierrez.
Jorge Gutierrez has been on our show a number of times.
Oh, nice.
And
We actually did an award show with him that was so much fun.
Such a great guy. You guys have a very similar Guillermo stories. I'd love to get you guys together and talk about it together.
Well, that tells you that Guillermo's consistent.
Yeah.
And the sweetest person in the world. He's the sweetest guy in the world.
Yep, that checks both boxes.
You have an Amazon exclusive limited edition steelbook of the original Halloween 2 releasing this week. The Nightmare on Elm Street collection 4K and steelbook. You're getting because as we talked about a couple of weeks ago, one a week the Alamo is showing in 4K going through the whole series. And I think
it's also interestingly timed since they just had the massive who is the scariest movie villain of all time, and Freddy Krueger did wind up winning that.
I want to say we're at 4 or 5 at this point with Alamo. Arrow Video has a limited edition of Creepshow 2, as well as The Good, the Bad, and the Weird, which I really want to see. It's a Japanese spaghetti western.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I really want it. It's been on my list. Kino Lorber is doing Dogtooth this week, and the Criterion Collection is like, do you like Wes Anderson? Because we're giving it all to you. Doing, individual 4K releases for The French Dispatch and Isle of Dogs, both of which I very much enjoyed. And you're getting the Wes Anderson Archive, 10 films, 25 years from the Criterion Collection this week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Criterion is like it's kryptonite to Superman with me.
Same.
I'm a Blu-ray snob now.
Yep.
I actually went to eBay and got the DVD copy because it's never going to hit Blu-ray of what they did with RoboCop. So and apparently it's out there and you can only get it on Laserdisc. One of the very first Criterions, they actually did their treatment to Ghostbusters. That's one of the if something, we actually did a list years and years ago of the 10 films that I want Criterion to do, and I almost went back to and did a new one because of the house party announcement.
Yeah, so Criterion did back in Laserdisc days. They had John Sturgis do a commentary of Bad Day at Black Rock, which is one of my favorite films, and he does this commentary, and I was so blown away. I watched it at my friend's house, and this is years and years and years ago. And it just disappeared. And Paul Thomas Anderson says, don't go to film school. Don't spend $250,000. Just get the Criterion Laserdisc, buy a Laserdisc player, and listen to John Sturgis talk about Bad Day at Black Rock. And that's the things that Criterion has always been doing. And hats off to them. Hopefully they'll re-release that on like a 4K. That film is like a perfect film. It's the absolute perfect movie.
I've said for the last few months that I just want to be famous enough that they let me loose in the Criterion closet to do whatever I want. Like that's the level of fame I want. Because I watch the Criterion closet videos and I'm like, I would lose my mind. And I'll tell you the one that surprised me with their selections, who is a lot more of a cinephile than I thought she was. Go to YouTube and look at the Criterion closet video for Pamela Anderson. She is an absolute cinephile.
Wow.
And her selections, I was like, okay, I see you. They just released Alicia Silverstone's. She'd had some pretty good stuff. Viggo Mortensen, all Westerns.
That doesn't surprise.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Because I have
Viggo Mortensen walks in and he goes, first we have Hidalgo.
Yeah.
Then we have another Hidalgo.
If the closet ever makes its way to Dallas, I have a list. And I am ready.
So I was there in at South by Southwest when they had it in Austin, and my son wanted to go, but the line was like wrapped around. You had to be there the day before to get a ticket. And as I'm coming around the corner, I'm like, well, maybe sometime. Somebody goes, hey, how's it going? And I look and I turn, and it's the creator of the Criterion, the guy who runs it. And he goes, hey, how's it going? I think he thought I looked familiar or something. And I said, hey, can we get a picture? He goes, of course. So I have a picture of me and him outside of the Criterion closet. I could make up some story, I'm sure, and post it on Instagram and say, woo, that was a long day inside the Criterion closet. But, I have not done that because people, they'll read the comments.
You only get 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You're allowed to take 3, and then you can buy another 3 at like 60% off is what I'm told the rules are.
Oh, at the little truck?
Yeah. And so when you're waiting in line, they give you a pamphlet that's got everything listed so you can make a plan. I would lose my mind.
Yeah. I think about this daily.
I'm such a Criterion dork. It's ridiculous.
Same way.
Like I had a Laserdisc player. I had Chasing Amy. I had.
Oh yeah.
That's one I wish I still had. The only Laserdiscs I still have, because my player went the way of the dinosaur. I do have the box set of Beatles Anthology. That one I was not getting ready, because you can take all the discs out and it makes the full mural, and if you flip it over, it looks like the back of a piece of art. But that's getting a re-release too, because they're doing another volume of it, and they're going to re-release, which I'm hoping it gets a Blu-ray release, because it's only ever been on DVD, and that DVD set has the best DTS track I have ever heard in my entire life. It engulfs your entire room. That's one I highly recommend, even though it's only on DVD right now, because it deserves a Blu-ray release. Josh, let's talk about you a little bit more. Anything that you're besides, of course, we want people to go and get tickets for October 6th at the Texas Theater. Alex has the website for you right there at the bottom of the screen. What kind of movies are you looking forward to just as a movie fan?
I mean, you already touched on it, which is the new Paul Thomas Anderson. I get so excited about PTA stuff because whenever I watch it, I remember watching There'll Be Blood, and me and Tim DeLauder had gone. We're like movie buddies, and we went and watched it, and we didn't say a word the whole ride home. We didn't say a word, and he just dropped me off. I got out of the car. I think I gave him the peace sign, and I was like, "What did I just watch? That wasn't a PTA film." I think that he's one of maybe the greatest living director and filmmaker, auteur for sure, of our time. So I'm really, really excited about that. I'm excited. I'm not excited about Benny Safdie's film. I'm excited about Josh Safdie's film with about the ping pong player that has oh my gosh, I'm blanking out on his name. Timothy Chalamet and Gwyneth Paltrow. I feel like now that I've seen these guys, both the Safdie brothers, both make films, I feel like I'm a Josh Safdie fan and not a Benny Safdie.
Marty
a lot of
Supreme?
people. Marty Supreme. It looks like when I watched the trailer, it even has Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank as one of the main one of the main actors in the movie. I didn't know he was an actor.
He's actually producing the movie coming out in a couple of weeks. If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. He's producing that one.
But Mr. Wonderful is actually in Josh Safdie's film. Yeah, and so I think I'm excited about that. I'm excited about. Gosh, I don't really know. It's so kind of the.
I'm not gonna lie.
Wild
I'm just
West.
going through the cast list for Marty Supreme, and it is insane.
It's insane. And I don't know if a lot of people say they love the Safdie brothers film Uncut Gems. I think
also a Criterion's Collection,
and it's a good movie, but I don't know if a lot of people have seen Good Time, which came right before.
That was also the International Film Festival, like right around the same time that This World Won't Break was. If it wasn't the same year, it was within a year or two.
Yeah, it was in a year. Yeah, and I feel like that film's a masterpiece. I feel like they had too much money for Uncut Gems. There's too much publicity. And people, if you liked Uncut Gems, go back and see Good Time and see something that felt like a Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver. Yeah.
And Marty's for Christmas Day.
Oh, Christmas. I got to wait that long. It's okay because I'm busy. This film is going to be in theaters until Thanksgiving. And then we have some surprises that are happening at the first of the year. We're going to be I can't announce it yet, but maybe we'll link this back later on. The film's going to be playing in Washington, D.C. at a very important kickoff. It has nothing to do with politics. At a very important theater. It's never been done before, but they're doing that for our film. And in Romania, they are letting us bring our composer over, and he's conducting our film live in downtown Romania. And isn't that crazy? And then Andrei Tarkovsky's son is going to be there moderating my film. So if it couldn't get more full circle about European cinema.
Does the world charmed life feel good?
It's so crazy. Like sometimes things just happen. It's like, because I was friends with Tim DeLauder and the Polyphonic Spree, and I was doing acting back in the day, I got to be on the TV show Scrubs. And because of that whole time period, Zach Braff had just come back from doing Garden State. and he was ecstatic. And me and him rode mountain bikes through the hospital. And Chris Penn, God bless Chris Penn's soul, he was the tour manager for the Polyphonic Spree, and they were about to go on tour with David Bowie. And so I went and saw David Bowie perform with Zach Braff, Charlize Theron, Elijah Wood, and David Arquette. And
dear Lord,
I was like, I'm feeling an avalanche of names here.
Yeah. And it's one of those things of like, I've never intended, or, you don't want to, like, I'm not into like TMZ or things like that. It's just, I think, just being around and being available, sometimes you hop into some weird situations, and I want some more of those. I think it's happening, but in a weird, like, European cinema indie way, like Criterion style, of me being in Romania and hanging out with Andrei Tarkovsky's son.
I like how I've been sitting here waiting to drop the line of like, be honest, you're not looking forward to Benny Safdie stuff because of Happy Gilmore 2. But then the avalanche of rocket-strapped experiences.
Well, we're getting
just passed.
We're getting the Scrubs reboot, so you should be getting the call.
I love Scrubs, so.
And that's the thing. I had sent John C. like a joke. John C. McGinley, I sent him a little joke text, and I said, "Hey, excited for the gang to get back together again." And he he was being very kind, and he like messaged back. He was like, "I don't think everyone's involved, unfortunately."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Well,
and
sure."
Just respond, "Well, then I feel bad for them."
That's where he just replies back, "Well, Colin Hay got his episode."
That is one of my favorite episodes of television.
Absolutely,
on multiple levels, because I love Colin Hay. I love what he did with that the acoustic version of Overkill. Like,
yes,
that if that episode does not hit you in the feels, you need to check your pulse. That specific episode.
There's two episodes like that, and might as well be their version of Jurassic Park with Brendan Fraser.
So good. So we've got the, we want people to go to the website at the bottom of the screen, El Tonto Porcristo, if you're listening to the audio, LTONTOPORCRISTO.com, because we want to be people. We're going to sell out these screenings.
And it's October 6th at the Texas Theater. You can find tickets for that on Eventbrite.
Yes. And we want to, and if you've never been to the Texas, if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you have to at least go once.
It's history.
We were fortunate enough to be there for the world premiere of The Iron Claw, and just to be, and that was also the night that the break ended. So that was a crazy night. The first time I ever went there was for the Dallas International Film Festival, and they were showing the live action Japanese film of Space Battleship Yamato, which is Star Blazers. They did a live action, and there's like Steven Tyler does a song over the end credits. It's very random, but I'm such a Star Wars or Star Blazers nerd that I went there, and I got to see it at the Texas, which that whole Bishop Arts District is amazing. Anything else you want to talk about while we're here, Josh?
No, I think just for people to, if you're listening to this, go support theatrical releases.
Yep.
I think we're on an uptick, and I think that we're in a period of time where a lot of good change can happen if people go to these films and the box office numbers report back to the powers that be at the studios. And I'm really hoping for a late 90s, a late 1960s revamp of where these studios are saying like, oh my gosh, this is happening, we got to put money here. And so I'm being biased because I'm one of those filmmakers who I feel like I'm on the cusp of being able to ride that little dragon that's happening. So yeah, go see films when they come out and see them in the theaters, because I mean, at this point, it's like you're going to spend $20 or $30 to rent something at your house, and you're going to be distracted. And just go out and go to the Texas Theater, because when you walk in that place, it's a magical place, and you feel like you're in the Vista Theater or someplace in Hollywood. And we're very, very lucky to live in this metroplex and to have something that's even better than these, I think, theaters that are in Los Angeles. And Brock and Jason and those guys are doing an incredible job. and it's money well spent. And I feel like your partner, when you take them to this, it feels like a date. You know, you have a nice cocktail and put some truffle oil on your popcorn, you know, and stay a little bit and, you know, and get the extra old fashioned. And if you don't smoke cigarettes, well, walk outside and just smoke one cigarette when you walk outside of the Texas Theater, because you just watch a Truffaut film and, you know, feel French for for a night.
And they do some.
I got one question.
Bon nuit to you all.
Josh,
Go ahead, Don.
You always say you learn from your mistakes. In 30 seconds or less, some 17, 18-year-old film student wannabe says, what's the best advice you could give from what you learned from in under 30 seconds to somebody new?
I say, don't wait for the cavalry or wait for money to make your film. Just go make your film. It'll fall in place. People will show up. Have your script ready. Have locations scouted. Have a schedule. Make your movie and sell tickets online. Don't wait for anybody to show up. And people will show up and watch your movie. And that's how you'll learn.
And he is also a podcaster. You can go to Spotify and look up the Wild West Filmmaking Podcast. Had a brand new episode drop yesterday. Yes. What do you want to tell people about the podcast?
Yeah, it's, you know, it's what Don had just alluded me to, which is basically it's the Wild Wild West out there in Hollywood. And I'm talking with people how we made our films, how they make their stuff. It's a new era, and people can go out there and make their movies. Just listen to podcasts, watch old Criterion Laserdisc, and learn from the greats. Don't go to film school. Don't try to raise too much money, because money, if you have a money hose, it's gonna be out in the first or second day. Use your brain, use your creativity, and I'm excited. My son is a filmmaker, and he's making crazy stuff because he's learned from watching me cry in a corner. And so, you know, he's watched his dad have panic attacks, and that's the best film school anyone can go to.
And JoshDavidJordan.com is the website.
Correct.
For you.
That actually gave me another question I really wanted to ask him. If your son's making it, how do you feel about the return of Daniel Day-Lewis with Anemone?
Oh, I cannot wait. And the fact that he's coming back for his son, and it looks phenomenal, by the way. I watched the trailer. It looks like something he could be nominated for an Academy Award. And the fact that he has the faith in his son, because I had the faith in my son. My son edited my film of Tonto Porcristo, and he's the last sounding board for me. And it's he doesn't pull any punches, but he also loves me. And I think with Daniel Day-Lewis giving his son his debut chance, I mean, sky's the limit. And that's what we should do as family and friends. We should give the ones we're close to the biggest. You're supposed to put the ladder back down. And I think we live in a society of everyone's hidden the ladder. And I'm for putting that ladder back down and tell everybody, come on and see what you got.
Family takes care of family. It's one of the motto of this show. Always has been.
Off.
There's a QR code right there.
You got it.
Click that thing. That's all of our social media that you can follow. You can follow me on all your social medias if you'd like. Everything is Yes That Rob Ervin. That is spelled ERVIN.
I'm Vexblade on all social media. If you'd like to help out the show, forget that. You already got the QR code. ElTontoPorcristo.com. ElTontoPorcristo.com. October 6th at the Texas Theater. ElTontoPorcristo.com.
Want to get some pro wrestling shirts that even make me look cute? ProWrestlingTees.com/the-cheap-podcast. And on Twitter, I'm Eric Bonu. IGBNUU. If you want to smash your place, email me, Don at clubhousepodcast.com.
We love doing live remote shows. Email Don for information on that. Josh, is all of your social media handles, is it all Josh David Jordan, or is there anything?
Yeah, it's all at JoshDavidJordan.com. I mean, not .com, but just at Josh David Jordan. You can find me on there for all the past stuff I've done, all the music videos that I'm doing for all my friends. The current film, TontoPorcristo.com, is also something. October 6th. Let's pack out the theater. If we pack it out too much, Barack said that he'll open up the upstairs and we could have a satellite.
Oh, that would be because the balcony is its own theater now up there.
Yeah, and we're doing some crazy things. If you buy a ticket, I'm giving away a test pressing of the soundtrack and score, as well as 5 different items that are in the movie. So if you buy a ticket, there's a random chance that you walk away with some memorabilia or something really special.
And we also want to send a quick shout out to the major sponsor right here at Sunset Lounge DFW. And that would be CBD House of Healing. If you're dealing with things like pain, anxiety, sleepless nights, and you want to get rid of those naturally, check out CBD House of Healing, cbddallas.com. This is a woman-owned CBD boutique that carries products only made from their lab, so it's of highest quality. They want to make sure that self-care is you taking care of you. So you can ask the old gray wolf. He's been out there. He knows that they want to take care of. They're right there at Northwest Highway in Preston, 8550 Plano Road. CBDDallas.com is the website. We want to thank CBD House of Healing for being a part of everything we do right here at Sunset Lounge DFW. You can email me if you would like questions, comments, concerns. Tell me to go pound sand. I am Rob at theclubhousepodcast.com. Charlotte Marshall's on Pinterest because we are morally obligated to say that. Josh, we cannot thank you enough. We hope you had a great time. We hope that we lived up to the expectations you had for us being on the show. You're welcome back anytime. All you got to do is let me know. We're here every Thursday night, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, your one-stop shop for all things sports, entertainment, pop culture, and pro wrestling. We'll get back to the pro wrestling next week. We were having so much fun with Josh just talking movies and TV. We just going to keep doing it because, we're not going to be held down. The man's not going to dictate what we do. Because,
Don, at the end of the day, this world won't break.
There you go. See, that's how you do it. Get it right in there. Go check that movie out. It is fan. I got to put it in my queue because I missed it on the big screen and it drove me nuts. So until next time, for Josh, for Alex, for Don, for the Empire, I'm Rob. Clubhouse is closed. Brittany Palmer did return to social media this week and she had a very, very poignant post. So go check it out.
This is a Stolen Water Media production.